Hi, I'm Edwin Rutch and I'm a documentary filmmaker. When I heard Barack Obama talk about a national empathy deficit, I felt inspired to take steps to help build a culture of empathy. I've been researching, interviewing people, gathering stories and insights, and created the most comprehensive internet website about empathy. This past year, I also followed the activities of the Bay NVC Empathy Team as it applied the practice of nonviolent communication in real-life situations. The Empathy Team is made up of 6 people who made a 3-month commitment to provide an empathic presence to one another and to others at events around the Bay Area. I followed the team's efforts as well as pursued my own personal explorations of looking at the world through other people's eyes. And today is the Tea Party rally. It's April 15th, which is tax day.
We hail from all over there. We hail from every walk of life.
I'm with Bay Area Nonviolent Communication, and we're here to listen and create dialogue around these issues between different sides of the political spectrum so that we can have civilized conversation and get to learn about each other and create mutual understanding.
The problem with dialogue with deaf, so to speak, is that it's one-sided and doesn't sink in many times. So dialogue is fine up to a point, but died in a world communist or socialist, you can't convert.
It's like you're deeply skeptical
Absolutely.
that a communist or a socialist would ever get
That's
it,
right.
really.
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually have the government actually listen to us, actually listen to us and stuff.
I'm here for a tax day protest as an ad hoc member of the Tea Party. Empathy to me is the ability to walk in someone else's moccasins. It's the ability to feel what someone else is feeling, regardless of whether you're actually experiencing what they are.
Well, I felt hurt. I think in large part what's wrong with a lot of situations that people just don't feel heard, and it's great to have that opportunity because it really becomes addictive. It becomes there's a momentum to it.
BC, they were
Exactly, and they could have continued.
They couldn't have continued living in peace.
I'm wanting to support. No, but I'm wanting to slow it down a little bit so that you guys can talk and hear each other.
I think it's hard to empathize with people who are violent, but otherwise I'm all in favor of it. And if everyone in the world could empathize with everyone else who wasn't violent, we'd have a much better world.
There is no empathy. Empathy, they don't look for it anymore.
Who?
People, in general, especially police, they don't look for it. They're not trying to find it. They're not trying to find the real problem behind the issue.
People are dying every day.
Where is you hear that empathy? Obama has empathy. You're wanting more integrity around that, maybe?
Yeah, empathy is standing with Oscar Grant.
So it's putting yourself in his shoes.
Absolutely, because it could be any of us. Maybe not for those of us with lighter skin color, but that's the case, and I am not going to stand for racist empire.
So you're very upset about racism and kind of the lack of empathy. It's kind of what you're upset about. What can we do to build a culture of empathy?
It's going to take a lot. It's definitely not going to take fucking police and riot gear.
We have the police over here, and they're talking to me about how they're about to get laid off. So that's really present for them right now. And there's 80 guys getting laid off on Monday, and then there's another 120 guys that are going to get laid off. And it's heartbreaking, actually, for them.
I feel for that guy getting arrested. I also feel for, I guess, first off, I do feel for the police officers. There's some of them who are just doing their jobs and don't necessarily want to have to arrest innocent people. I understand business has to go on, but I also empathize with the people playing chess over there, if they still are, and Oscar Grant, of course, and Oscar Grant's family. This is a travesty, and empathy. I really have to think about that for a second. It is hard one in a situation like this. I want to see hate stop, and I think we'll only be able to end hate by learning how to communicate with one another, and to just stop letting things escalate to such an aggressive level where we have police everywhere and people throwing bottles and shit. We have to learn how to love one another and ourselves.
We're here at the Messerly rally. There's a group up here wanting to support Johannes Messerly. There's a group here that's kind of supporting Oscar Grant, and they're kind of discussing with each other here. And we're here to talk with both sides and asking them about empathy. Let's go hear some more stories.
You want to get arrested? You assault me again. Because I'll have this officer see it, and your ass will go to jail. I guarantee you.
I'm asking people about empathy, the value of empathy.
I have empathy for the police department. I have no empathy for a man who shoots another man in the back.
So what can we do to create more empathy in society?
We need to have these officers understand that not everybody that looks like me, walks like me, talks like me is a hoodlum.
You want to be seen for the human being that you are.
Right.
Black men are negatively viewed in the media every day. It's like we're inherently violent to most people.
So you would like more empathy for African American black men?
That will prevent events like this from
The police are going to the communities, to the churches, to the organizations, and meet with the people and try to create a level of trust.
So kind of have police officers come to some of the churches and just go and have a dialogue.
Have a dialogue.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, welcome. Come on in. We're having an empathy team meeting about the oil spill, and happy to invite you to come on in, Edwin.
Learning to stand in somebody else's shoes, to see through their eyes, that's how peace begins. And it's up to you to make that happen. All right? Thank you very much, everybody.